Hello and welcome to the Game Shed with me, Jamie. Today we're going to be unboxing, having a look at and giving a slight review and first impressions of a brand new product. Here it is. This is the Nokia 3310 2017 edition. This is some promotional tat that I was given with the phone, which you don't really care about, and this will take a little bit more explaining. Right, so this tat aside, there's a badge and another badge. If you ever needed a Nokia badge, you know where to come, and a couple of Oyster card holders. Very nice, I suppose. The Nokia 3310 was released today, the 24th of May 2017, some 17 years after the original Nokia 3310. Cleverly, this was released at 33 minutes past 10 this morning. Very perplexing if reading it at 10:33. Yeah, a clever bit of an advertising gimmick or marketing gimmick that may have slipped many of you by. I popped on down to the Oxford Street launch at the Vodafone store, was invited down there. You guys know that we here at the Game Shed are tech junkies. Here is my present mobile phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. It is a beast. This is my phone. I am in love with this product. Okay, so scaling it back a bit, I now have one of these in my possession. So first of all, let's see what you get in the box. Let's cut straight to the chase. Open it up. There is the product itself. This is the phone. I shall put that to one side because we will be discussing that at great length in a bit. Popping the flaps open. Underneath here originally was a battery which I've installed there. I've done that away from the camera and I'll explain why in a bit. There is your quick guide. You can see on there dual SIM. Yes, that is one of the features. You can fit 2 SIMs into the phone. There is a micro USB charge, a charging port plug, so if you've got any USB cables around, micro USB cables around, you can use them to charge your phone. And the last thing in the packet is these rather retro looking headphones. I mean, they really have gone back 17 years in headphone design with these bad boys. Look at those. They look about as comfortable as wiping your arse with sandpaper. I shan't be using these. Oh no. Right, so let's tuck them back in the box. Pop the plug to one side. Right, the reason I haven't done a pure unboxing of this little puppy is because when I first got it, I realised there was a bit of a problem with this phone, and that problem is getting the back off. What you are meant to do is slot your fingernail into there and simply, as the instructions put it, pop the back off. You can see this in the instructions. It all looks very, very simple. There it is. Simply just do this to get the back off, to insert the battery and to insert your SIM or 2 SIMs and your micro SD card. This does take a micro SD card. It took me about 40 minutes to get this off. This thing is very, very hard to take the back off. Once you've done it though, I'd recommend popping all your bits and pieces in straight away, because you won't be able to undo the back once it's back on again. So first, booting up the phone, there it is. You can see I've got a welcome message because I have installed my my temporary SIM. But let's get rid of that. Ignore, there we go, it's gone. So the screen, you'll notice, is colour, which the original 3310 wasn't. It has got a very similar original design with this sweeping arc underneath it, the 3 physical buttons along the centre there, and your 12 physical buttons here. There are no other buttons on the device. There is a 3.5, I think that's 3.5, it might be 2.5 mil jack. I haven't actually tested that. This serves as both a hands-free kit, I believe, and for those headphones you will be able to listen to, get this, FM radio. So just slot that in there. That looks to be a 3.5mm jack, so we just pop that in there like so. Bob is your uncle, as they say. There we go, and you even get a little indicator on the screen just there which shows you have a headset. Okay, so all that done, let's investigate some of the features of this phone. This does make calls, this does do text. There is no Wi-Fi. The only internet connection you will get from this phone is via WAP. What can you access via WAP? You can access a very, very basic Opera internet interface like so. You can see here it's got some bookmarks on there already, such as your feeds, Facebook, Google, Amazon, games. I shall go through that shortly, eBay, etc, etc. Very basic, very slow. Those of you who remember phones back in the day when the internet first came out on phones will remember the absolute ball ache with that, so I shan't be using this for the internet. So let's actually go from the top. You've got a call log, so you can see what calls are inbound and outbound. Your contacts list, as one would expect. You've got a photo album. Yes, this does have a camera. There it is. I think it is about a 2.5 megapixel camera. It is absolute poo. I will go through the photos in a bit. We have Snake, one of the endearing features of the 3310. We have our messaging service. There's our internet. We have a mobile store, an app store. Yes, my apps. So once you've downloaded from the mobile store via WAP, which will take about 462 days to get an app, they will be in here. From there, there's your camera. You've got a weather app pre-installed, music, which I'm assuming you can store on your SD card, your apps and games. So if one place for apps wasn't enough, you now have two. Wonderful. There's your radio, videos. So if you really do want to watch videos in however many few colors on this phone, well, there you go, you can. There's the settings. We have our calculator, a calendar, notes, very handy, alarm clock, extras, files. Let's see what's in extras. Countdown timer, stopwatch, torch, converter. Now this torch is very bloody bright. Let's turn it on. I will flip this round and dazzle you. So if you are perhaps a tradesman, etc., and you want a quick, nice, cheap phone, you know, you're climbing up in attics or underground in cellars or wherever, and you need just an all-in-one with a torch, this will do the trick. There's your alarm clocks, a voice recorder, very handy. Counters, what's counters? This tells you all your stats. You can see I've been on the phone for 1 minute and 38. I've got a load of text messages in there. MMSs, do you remember them? Some people still do that, even in the smartphone era, and etc, etc. We've got our Vodafone. This is our SIM application there, and that's it, back to the beginning. So let's investigate the camera. I shall take a photograph right now. You can see it's really slow to kind of focus and whatnot, so let's move my finger out of the way and snap that. Beautiful. It's okay, it'll do the trick if you've got no other cameras on hand, no other smartphones on hand. It has got a zoom feature. Look at this zoom, man. It's like a 10 times zoom. It's alright, it'll do the trick. And then pressing this, you can go through a number of options: photos, flash on, video camera, brightness, image effects. Look, there's image effects. No effect, grayscale, all the tech is real, sepia, green tint, so if you want that real retro Nokia 3310 feeling, go for that. Blue tint, colour invert, and no effect, so let's back out of there. Go back into menu, choose scene, so automatic or night, they are the two scenes you can choose from. Burst mode, self timer, and that's it. So the camera's okay, nothing too special to write home about. So going into one of the other options here, this is the mobile store, and I will show you the kind of stuff you will come to access. You can see here, this is the load time. It's processing. There we go, we're in the store at last. Back to school, Granodus something. Last exam, Super Ludo, anyone? Infinite Sudoku, Puzzled, Free Flapping Bird, Snozzles, Tic Tac Toe. You get the idea. It's no. It's no Nintendo Switch. It's no smartphone. You're not going to be happily playing Candy Crush Saga on here, but you might find something that will while away the minutes. So who would I recommend this phone to? I'd recommend this phone to probably younger people who you're not quite ready to give full access to a smartphone to, or as a secondary device. Like for me, I'd very much like a secondary device so I can give that number out to a specific group of people. Let's say, for example, recruitment consultants, or maybe you enter competitions online and you want to give a certain demographic of people a number which isn't your normal number. You can possibly do that. If you travel a lot like I do, well, you can put 2 SIMs in here and you can have one of those, you know, the international roaming SIM cards. You can pop that in there and away you go. If you just want something simple and basic and you don't need all the flashy tech functions because you've got a perfectly good laptop, you don't need a smartphone, this will be for you. If, as I said before, you're a tradesman or whatever, you're a plumber, you're a builder, you know, you're rough and ready out and about, but you need a phone on you, you don't want to smash your precious iPhone or Samsung Galaxy or Huawei or whatever, this phone might be the ticket for you. Or if you're just a bit scared of tech and you want something a bit more basic, definitely for you. Also, if you're a retro junkie like myself, definitely going to be one that appeals to you. You've got the physical buttons on there, you know, you can feel your way around. It's very nice indeed. So let me give you my summary. What is good about the new Nokia 3310? First of all, it's exceedingly slim and small. Let me compare it to my oversized Galaxy S8 Plus. There's the difference. You can see wildly different. Putting that to one side. Also, it does, as I mentioned, have physical buttons, so if you do miss that certain little clicky pressy button thing, this phone might be for you. Very impressive battery life on this. In standby, it will last about 31 days. Okay, that's a full month without a charge if you're just leaving this around. 31 days. With pure talk time, I believe it's around 22 hours. In dual SIM mode, so where you've got 2 SIMs, where it's obviously looking between the 2 SIMs for information coming in, I believe the standby time goes down to about 24 days. Still, very, very bloody impressive. As I just mentioned, this does take 2 SIMs as well, another very good redeeming factor. It is unlocked on all networks. I took this home from the store and I had a spare pay-as-you-go SIM card from Vodafone, chucked it in there, Bob's your uncle, it worked a treat straight away. Also, the price point for this unlocked SIM-free phone is another excellent factor. This comes in £49. £49, that's a pound shy of 50 quid. Can't go wrong for that when you consider this bad boy, which also makes phone calls and sends text, is around, I don't know, £600 to £800 or whatever it is. Yes, this does come in 4 different colours. So there's warm red, yellow, dark blue, which is this one, and grey. It does have Snake. I didn't even show you Snake. Let me just show you Snake. There's a multitude of different controller configs. I've gone for the original controller config, which is 4, 6, 2 and 8 to control. it's all flash and it's Snake 2 or something, I don't really know. But there you go, there's the beautiful Snake. Go and get the cherries. Woo! Beautiful. Love this game. How many of you out there were Snake masters? Dead. Okay, so on to the negatives of the 3310 2017 edition. Those of you who do remember the 3310 and classic Nokias will notice straight away this center button is not the same. Now, thanks to my colleague, boss and friend John, he pointed out very quickly that this looks like a stock button that Nokia have used from the Nokia 113. It looks like they had excess parts knocking around in the factory and they just basically used that. We all remember we had a kind of ovally shaped button on the original 3310, so people who really want that original feeling, you don't get that here. It's a different button. That might be a space saving technique because after all it is a hell of a lot smaller. Another a little factor which might annoy you if you do remember the original very dearly, you'll remember locking the phone back in the day. You press the menu button and then you press star and it locks the phone. Menu or power and then star locks the phone. That is not the way with the new 3310. You now press the power button and then you press the lock button up here, okay? Yeah, it's a tiny little change, but it could be the change which just upsets you. So power, star back in the day, locked. Now it's power, lock. Tiny little change, but annoying nonetheless. The back of the phone to take off, as I said, is very bloody difficult. It just says pop a nail in there and it comes off. It's not that easy at all. I have absolutely mangled my thumbnail doing this. It's practically ripped off. It's still hurting from the 2 times I've pulled the back off this thing. It really bloody hurts. So if maybe you've got weaker finger and thumbnails, or you're scared of damaging this, try and get someone else who's with a bit of a sturdy thumbnail to help you, because yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. The other factor which may make you halt is that the 2G mobile network is slowly being killed. I know they're killing it off in a number of countries already. I haven't heard about plans in the US or here in the UK to kill off the 2G network just yet, so hopefully there's a few more years with this bad boy yet, hopefully. But don't take my word for it, I'm not a mobile telecommunications expert at all. The Snake controls at first are a little bit odd if you pick the wrong option, so just do go in there. If you're looking for that snaky button experience, do go in there and play around with the buttons. Otherwise you'll think it's all mapped wrong and it will confuse you, so just make sure you pick the 2, 4, 8 and 6 controller config option. Also, I do believe there is a memory issue with this. Okay, this phone is meant to have X amount of megabytes in there. It's advertised as, does it say on the box? I believe it says on the box. No, it doesn't. Okay, so just to confirm, it's a 2 megapixel camera with LED flash, 22 hours talk time, 31 days. Standby, Snake is preloaded, Opera Store, blah blah blah, FM radio, micro SD card. I believe, I don't know, maybe there's 30 meg or 50 meg or whatever, but I think about 90% of the onboard memory is actually taken up already. So if you want to store any photographs that you take on the device, you will have to have an external SD card. Alright, so just bear that in mind if purchasing one of these phones and you do plan on using it quite a lot. So that about sums it up. That's my opinions on the Nokia 3310. Do I like it? Yes, I do, very much. Will I be using it? Yes, I will, definitely. It is lovely to have a phone with buttons again. Yes, it's very basic, but I shall be popping it proudly alongside my S8 Plus to show that, yeah, obviously I'm very important because I have 2 phones, but also my love of retro is real. So let me know your opinions on the new Nokia 3310. Leave a comment down below, and remember, please do hammer that thumbs up button. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.